Want to as well. This is it, the grand finals. It's all about the cash. Let's send it over to your casters who are going to call the action. You got Mike and Mateo.
Here we are at the Boost Mobile caster desk, and this is what we've all been waiting for, the cross-console final. It's Tekkz and it's Tuga. Mike, start us off. What can we expect from this one, the underdog against the world #1 on Xbox?
I don't want to bet against Tuga. All day I feel like we've kind of said, hey, I don't know if this guy's going to be able to do it, and here we are. He's in the finals. He might be lying about never touching an Xbox controller, and I'm very interested to see how this plays out.
So let's talk a little bit about Tuga. He came into this as the number 26 player on PS4, and we've had an update that he is now slid into 4th place in PS4 because of this incredible run, knocking off #1 Nicholas along the way. He has an amazing story. We talked to him just seconds ago. He is in the Portuguese Air Force Academy, which means that he only gets to play FIFA Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday. He said before this he has never played on an Xbox. He also did win the coin toss, and he wanted to play on the PS4 first. Why do I bring this up? Because if this game goes to extra time and penalties, it will be on Tekkz's Xbox in the second leg. How does this factor into it, and what would you have done if you had the choice to pick first? Do you go with your console or your opponent's first?
I believe that Tuga wants to get off a good start and try to put some pressure on Tekkz, and he's known as a defensive player. So he's thinking maybe if I get on the Xbox, I could still shut you out, or I could hold you down if I'm able to get a 1-2 goal lead on my home console.
Here we go. Tuga in the red of Portugal's national team, and Tekkz wearing the blue of Liverpool. We've normally seen Tekkz in the red. Tekkz has beaten Cafolo, Felipe Megabit, and MS Desari in the knockouts to get to the cross-console final. For Tuga, he has dispatched the stranger, Iago Kai, Paulo Neto, and PS4 #1 ranked Nicholas. This is what it's all about. $50,000 to the winner, $20,000 to the runner-up. Either way, these players have done so well. They've gotten their Global Series ranking points, and they will get a sweet prize at the end. We also have the formations and the players picked. Tuga's going with a 4-4-2, backline of Cancelo, Ramos, Varane, and Marcelo. As we have Tekkz going into final third here. Mbappe to Neymar. Hullet. He is using all the players associated with the meta, and it's intercepted well by Tuga. Has been known to be a defensive master of a player who likes to play a bit more on the counter.
And Tekkz is in the 4-2-3-1, same formation we've seen him in throughout the tournament. Nothing really jumps out at you. You're going to see Rio Ferdinand as his center back of choice. He's got Ramos as the right back. We've been seeing that fullback option all day, or all weekend, I should really say. But in terms of the attack, the midfield, Hullet, Vieira, Mbappe, Ronaldo, Neymar, a lot of the usual suspects.
And here is Tekkz out wide through Mbappe, just keeping things simple for now, slowly getting everyone up the pitch. One back by Tuga. And he will start defensively as he often does, looking to switch flanks. Here is Joao Cancelo, one of the players that hasn't been used too much in this tournament. We've normally seen Ramos play as that makeshift right back. Again, down a more central position is Tekkz. Neymar with the roulette, but it's read well by Vieira, who didn't anticipate until the final second with that standing challenge. CR7 now to Neymar. Edge of the box, heel to heel, trying to create space. Here it is to Ronaldo. He's found space, and it's a stunning save from De Gea. The first warning shot fired by Tekkz. Corner at the near post over the crossbar.
You've gotten a couple warning shots, Tuga. This is your home console, my guy.
Well, that woke him up, Tuga, if he wasn't already. Has his family in attendance. Both these players do. They traveled overseas. Tuga from Portugal, Tekkz from England. 20th minute now. This is the first time Tuga's ventured forward into the final third, and he's easily read by Marcelo, who dispossesses Mbappe. Now looking to go the other way. The through ball over the top to try to find Mbappe, who has a step on Varane. Looking to play the ball in. Instead, he goes a short to Neymar. Hullet to Vieira, the preferred choice at holding midfield for Tekkz. Won by Hullet, only temporarily. Hullet now in the blue for Tekkz. CR7 just trying to spin away from Vieira. Now Neymar. A few step overs and back to Vieira again. Simple, quick possession. Here is CR7, a fellow compatriot of Tuga. Diego Pombo.
If you're just tuning into the stream, Tuga has been a lockdown defender all tournament long, and F2Tekkz will look to have outlet passes and counterattacks via the wings, and then he tries to cut back inside, or you might see some crosses whipped in via skill moves and some of the more creative aspects that he has in his arsenal of gameplay offensive weapons.
Talk to us about the mentality of Tuga. Twice he's gotten forward and he's been dispossessed quite easily. Give and go first, though, from Neymar and Mbappe, the PSG pair.
For Tuga, he's looking for key passes. You're not going to see nearly as many skill moves or creativity or even that dynamic feel that Tekkz has when he goes forward. But with his defensive tactics and how well he's able to shut down his oppositions, it makes it where he's going to be able to compete in any game.
A few players here at the tournament talking about Tuga, saying how good he's been defensively, knows how to close up shop, and Tekkz knows how to break down a defense.
Tuga is also a possession player. He's using the 4-4-2, and he's trying to utilize both of those outlets as wings in order to have that classic, slow, structured build-up play, unless there is an early counter in case his opponent may be overcommitted and trying to break down his defense.
Here is the Air Force Academy man from Portugal, Tuga, on the front foot. Neymar to Vieira. Now Ronaldo. Now he's got something brewing, but Ramos in a perfect position for Tekkz to win it out. You can see that it is a more cagey affair. Do you play a lot more conservatively when you've gotten to this point and when there's so much at stake? Surely that's in the back of your mind.
I know that Tekkz wants to win this game, but if he were to get a draw, it wouldn't be the worst scenario going to his home console.
Neymar very patient on the ball. He's not forcing anything. This is the confidence of Tekkz. He's been to this stage. Tuga has it. That's brilliant from Neymar! And Tekkz with a stunner in the 38th minute. 1-0 for the Xbox #1. How about that? It's a flurry of skill moves. And we've seen this time and time again from Tekkz.
4 Elasticos in succession. And it's not just for show, it's 0-0. He needs that goal, and he has to go ahead. Oh, my goodness.
Tuga now needs a response. He's shown that he can dance with the best. He beat off Nicholas, the #1 player from PS4. Now he has to face Tekkz, who is considered to be the best overall player at this tournament by a lot of the pros, representing England and, of course, playing on Xbox. This is the PS4 game, and that is massive, because Tuga says he hasn't played on Xbox, and this is his preferred control console, and Tekkz is beating him early on as we head into the half. Good sliding challenge there from Varane, but Tekkz maintains possession.
Resets.
Can Tuga bounce back from this? It's Tekkz again. There it's one back by Hullet. Vieira out wide to Marcelo. Has Neymar streaking forward if he wants him. There is Neymar. Back to Vieira. Last possession's got to get it forward before the half. And he's trying to play that low pass across the pitch, but it's read too easily. Bit more of a clumsy display from Tuga when he gets forward than what we've seen from him being brilliant at this tournament. So Tekkz with the slender lead. Remember, it's a two-legged affair. Tuga won the coin flip, and he decided to play on his PS4, where he should theoretically have the advantage. How many games do you think Tekkz has played on the PS4?
Tekkz said in his interview he's only played 2. I don't think that's true. I think he's played more than that. I think he's more comfortable with the PlayStation controller in comparison to Tuga going to the Xbox. We're going to find out, but that's what my vibe says. That's what I think. And at halftime, we're not going to see changes here. Pretty cagey affair. A lot of the game's been in the midfield. Tekkz definitely made a couple chances where we didn't really see any breakthrough from Tuga.
He can fly Portuguese fighter pilots, but can he get a goal against Tekkz? That is the question. And Tekkz has a flight to catch tonight, going back to England to try to play for Liverpool just tomorrow. Very busy man, and will he go to England with $50,000? Imagine that at 17. He says he just wants to take his mom on vacation. Well said from Tekkz. And here is Tuga, and the kit of the Portuguese national team. His country's very proud of him. A heel-to-heel from João Cancelo, and that's the first shot from Tuga. And it's a great save from De Gea. Nerves from Tekkz. Tuga trying to get something. Another chance from Mbappe, and it's deflected. You can see how frustrated Tuga is that these first two shots didn't go his way. Now Marcelo, and it's right to Ronaldo. A bit of a blind pass. Think he'd go back to his defense. Ball over the top. Is the goalkeeper coming out? Yes, he is. De Gea with the header safely to the halfway mark.
And Tuga's looking a little more progressive in the second half. Internally, he has to be thinking, I've got to get something on the board. I cannot afford a clean sheet going to Tekkz home console, where he's been so dominant. We just watched him take out MS Desari.
So Tekkz maybe with the harder road to get here overall, but you can't take away anything from Tuga, who had to knock out Nicolas in the PS4 final, the #1 ranked player on PS4. And that's why Tuga is here as a surprise player facing Tekkz. Still very much within his reach. And he's getting a little bit more comfortable now, it seems, in possession. Here's Mbappe. Vieira wanting to run forward from Marcelo. He likes to play with attacking fullbacks to play in a lot of crosses out wide. That's why he has Cancelo, fellow Portuguese player from the national team, and Marcelo on the other side. Hold it now. Mbappe able to hold off Hullet. There is Cancelo. Here's Vieira outside the box, thinking about the shot. A touch to Ronaldo! And it's just wide of the mark.
Fantastic goalkeeper movement there from Tekkz. He pushed the goalkeeper back and scooted left and right to see if he could get a read on where Tuga was going to try to place that shot. And Tuga overthought it, drags it wide.
Vieira now. Marcelo, Ronaldo, Tuga growing into this game on his preferred console.
You got to think about it, too. Tuga had some time off. He had to wait and watch Tekkz play. So he wasn't on the PlayStation for maybe a good hour there. And maybe that played a part with a slow start in the first half of the initial leg here.
We'll find out pretty soon if it did play a part. Here he has an opening. It's R9. He takes it first time. Should he have taken a touch to his right?
Hindsight is 20/20.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda. What I want the hindsight from you, Mike LaBelle. He has a corner played short to Marcelo. Back to Ramos. Mbappe, clever turn, heel to heel. He's got room to cross it in, but Ferdinand in the right position. Brilliant defending from Tekkz. Marcelo. Ramos getting into the attacking players. Mbappe muscled off the ball. That's brilliant from the icon, Ferdinand. Fellow compatriot of Tekkz. Former England national team man of Manchester United when he was in his playing days. Vieira now as Tuga growing into the game. Desperately needs something on his favorite PS4 before he switches to the Xbox, which he says he's never played on. Only plays 2.5 days a week. Tuga. '74th minute, 2 legs. First one on PS4, second one on Tekkz's favorite Xbox.
Mbappe's looking for support. Finds it.
Got it here, an R9, heel to heel, and a few step overs. That's a combination of skill moves that has become so iconic when watching Tekkz. And here are the first changes. What changes are you anticipating?
For Tekkz, I'm not thinking he's going to change anything. Maybe he could bring on a sub or two, but I think he's comfortable with the 4-2-3-1. Outside of some of the opportunities he's given up in this half, for the most part, in terms of possession, he's controlled it. The flow of the game, the rhythm, just dictating that pace, where I want to stress how important that is.
77th minute, the header off the crossbar. Another close chance. And Tekkz could have doubled his lead. Now Tuga looking to break on the counter. Modric gets it wide to Messi. Now there's a bit of space for Pelé. Pelé's getting closed down by Hullet. He crosses it far post off the crossbar. The header's wide. And Tuga cannot believe his lack of fortune.
To be fair, Tekkz just hit the crossbar as well. But I'm surprised this is a 1-0 game at the moment.
3 chances now from Tuga. Tekkz has absorbed the pressure as best as he can. But Tuga growing into the game. He's getting better and better, but he only has 10 minutes to get a goal back on his PS4.
And that should act as a reminder for Tekkz, as you're seeing here. A bit of a longer build-up, a little more possession play. let's just get into the second leg. Let's get back to the Xbox. If I can carry this 1-0 lead into that Xbox, it puts more pressure on Tuga, and Tekkz has to feel confident going to his home console. Uh-oh.
Messi to Pele. Hullet. Tuga needs something desperately to take with him into the second leg. He's advancing to the final third. Hullet dispossessing Messi, though. Here is Tekkz, the through ball to Neymar. Quick, decisive movements again, just to try to create space against his marker. It is a staple of Tekkz. Very proudly representing F2 and England. Mbappe, again, moving away from danger, but he gives it away. Only for a second, though. Now switching flanks to Sergio Ramos, the makeshift center back. Vieira, Hullet, and back to the defense.
He's recycling here in hopes of getting the last attack. Coming into the 90th minute, a couple of minutes of added time. Wants to make sure that he's not going to be countered here.
And also, Tekkz must be so pleased coming away from Tuga's console with a 1-goal lead. We have no idea how Tuga's going to perform on the Xbox. Neymar. And João Cancelo reads it. And that's the last touch as Tekkz wins 1-0 on Tuga's PS4. The crowd here in Atlanta, Georgia, with a standing ovation. Still one leg between Xbox's #1 against the previously ranked 26th player on PS4 who has moved into that 4th place position. What changes, and how do you go into a console which you say you've never even picked up the controller of?
It's only 1 goal. So right now, if I'm Tuga, he's got to feel confident about the second half that he just played on the PlayStation. He might even feel a bit unlucky to not have converted one of his opportunities, whether it was a corner kick, whether it was the volley, whether it was the shot that he drove just wide of the goal.
All right, Mike LaBelle, we are going to send it off to the studio where we have some analysis on what we've just seen. Tuga against Tekkz.
Oh, boy. 1 goal. That's all that Tekkz was able to get on PlayStation 4. Tuga, though, so close so many times. But the 1 goal needs to be talked about.
Oh, I don't know how you can even analyze that. My brain kind of broke on that one. I think that was 4 Elasticos in a row.
So again, right, it's no surprise here. You know, I'm not the FIFA guy, and I decided immediately after seeing this to go on the internet and research what an Elastico was. Seeing some of the greatest players in the world of football do this move, but to see him do this 4 times.
Oh my goodness. I've honestly never seen a goal like that in competitive FIFA. You see streamers like R9 Rye, shout out to Danny who's probably watching the stream, these guys do this for fun on stream, but in a competition, in a grand final, unbelievable.
Guys, I just wanted to let everyone know, Chu was out of his seat running around the place. The place was going crazy.
He was, and for good reason, Dan. I mean, for viewers at home, maybe watching this for the first time, you've seen ELEAGUE's other events, but you've been curious about FIFA. Why was that play so incredible?
An Elastico is a 5-star skill move, one of the hardest 5-star skill moves to pull off, in my opinion. You have to do so much with the right analog stick. The fact he's done it back-to-back 4 times, also on a console which isn't his home console, so he's doing it on the PS4 controller, is absolutely phenomenal.
It's just one of those things, man, that you see it happen and you just think to yourself, what in God's green earth am I supposed to do to stop this young man? But Tuga does just that, only really allowing him to get that 1 goal. Still, though, Tuga, so many times he had an opportunity to get goals. It just did not go his way, Alan. Heartbreakers.
Both Tekkz and Tuga had some clear opportunities. You guys saw Tekkz hit the crossbar off that corner, that header, and then right after that play, Tuga goes on the counter and hits the post. Incredible scenes that we're witnessing. It's not over yet, though. This is barely the first leg.
This is just the first leg of this one, and we have that clip. It was so nice we had to show it thrice because that Elastico was the coolest thing I'd seen. I've commentated many games in my life. You and me, Dan, we've done a lot of games, casted a lot of games together. That was one of the coolest things I'd ever seen. And that was nuts. Even I could appreciate that.
I mean, I've casted, maybe 7 events now back-to-back with FIFA, and that is the best goal that I've seen through all of the events. And I guess just because of the occasion, the fact that Tuga is an amazing defender and Tekkz has had to work so hard to break him down, he's done it on his opposition's console. it really was a goal for the ages that we should be talking about for quite some time.
Chu, break it down. How does Tuga even attempt to stop that?
Well, I think the problem that Tuga had is that, you know, with animations like that on skill moves, you know, you don't want to dive in because you might concede a penalty. So the thing is that Tuga has to kind of like put his defenders in the way without making a tackle, so the AI can take control and do that tackle for him versus lunging in on a skill move and then giving up a penalty. That's why you see a lot of people when a lot of people use the La Croqueta in the box so they can get a penalty. So it was actually really difficult for Tuga to defend that. It was actually trickier than a lot of people think. He had to back off.
One thing is certain, though. We're going to see a lot more Elasticos in the Weekend League.
Yeah.
That's true. Oh, everybody's going to think they're Tekkz all of a sudden in the Weekend League. Even everybody in Silver 1 is going to be like spamming that. I want to see that.
All the YouTubers right now making a video, how to do the Elastico.
Hey,
Like clickbait.
get on it. Get on it. That's that free content right there, baby. Insane stuff. All right, so now we go into the Xbox leg of this grand final. Currently, Tekkz, the Xbox player, is up 1-0. This is a console that Tuga himself said he has not played in the past, Dan. That does play a factor in this. Do you? Everyone keeps saying they don't believe him, but I mean, surely, right? Like, surely he's not lying.
I believe him. Some players are just focusing on their own console. I mean, he probably wouldn't have thought in this coming into this tournament he would make a cross-console final. There's no reason for him to really practice on the opposition console. But now he has a chance to shine. It's not like it's that different from controller to controller. Maybe the sticks are a little bit higher on the PS4 and the buttons are a little bit softer, etc. But he should be able to take his incredible skill regardless of controller.
Yeah, and he's only down by 1. I would have expected, given how game 1 played out, you ride that momentum off of that ridiculous play, and then you're able to accrue a few more goals here. Now, Chu, Tuga only down by 1. This is still very doable for him.
It's still very doable, and I was very impressed with his 4-4-2, you know, the way he uses it, because the 4-4-2, you know, going up against the 4-2-3-1, 4-2-3-1 has a lot of 2 CDMs in that camp, so there's a trio in midfield plus the wide man, but 4-4-2 is only 2 midfielders, so you have to cover a lot of ground, and honestly, he was, I think he dominated the second half, which shows that he controls the game so well that he's able to dominate with 2 midfielders versus 3 midfielders in the middle of the field.
Impressive use of his formations. Alan, you've been in these pressure cooker situations so many times in your career. You know that Tuga's feeling it, but give me like if I had to give me a letter grade, right? Like an A+, a B+, a B-, whatever, on Tuga's performance thus far in the grand finals. First time being here.
Oh, man, A. He gets an A for sure. What we witnessed in his attack in that previous matchup was amazing. You could just tell that he was starting to find that confidence. He definitely was putting the pressure on Tekkz, but he was just unfortunate in some areas. Maybe in the second leg, clean up some chances. He did have one clear opportunity with someone on the wing. If he would have just taken his time, stopped the ball, and then played it outside, he would have had a one-on-one with the goalkeeper. So those situations right there, I feel like he needs to be more precise with them, more effective, and he'll get a goal in the second leg.
But we're going now to Tekkz's comfort area now, his comfortable territory, which is the Xbox, right back home. Do you stand by your prediction here, Dan, that Tekkz just runs away with this?
I mean, what you just witnessed with the skill moves that Tekkz was pulling out on his opposition console, expect more of the same now on Xbox. He's going to really start freestyling. He's going to be living up to that F2 name. And I'm a little bit scared, if I'm honest, for Tuga. Because if Tekkz starts to get excited and he starts trying to showboat and make the crowd, like he heard the crowd erupt, he'll want to hear that more. And he's going to be so excited to just prove what he's got here.
Oh, boy. Well, I'm excited. We're going to go into the Xbox leg now. Send it over to your casters. You got Mike and Mateo, on the call. Over to you guys.
Thanks so much, Golden Boy, and great stuff from our studio throughout this 3-day event here in Atlanta, Georgia. We are at the cross-console final. It is Tekkz with a slender 1-goal lead over Tuga, and they're playing on Tekkz's Xbox. Mike.
Can I just clarify or confirm that I am not on Mateo? Just want to throw that out there.
Okay.
Golden Boy. Yeah, it was the Golden Boy transition. It's Mike and Mateo.
Right then, now that we've gotten that cleared up, here is Tuga and Air Force in Portugal. He only plays 2.5 days, much less gets the chance to practice on the Xbox. He probably never thought he'd get to this point, at least not now. So what's at stake? $50,000 to the winner, bragging rights, and you go down in history. Everyone will mention the time that you won the FUT Champions Cup in February that took place in Atlanta.
And Tekkz is most definitely the favorite going to his home console, but I don't think people should be writing off Tuga. In the second half of that first leg, I know it's his home console, I know it's where he spends his time, but he made a lot of clear chances. He wasn't clinical enough, he wasn't efficient enough. He missed either the extra pass, or he shot too early, or he shot too late, or he put it wide, you name it, but he had many clear-cut chances. In fact, maybe the most clear-cut chances we've seen Tekkz give up in one leg at any point in this tournament.
So talk to us again about the play styles, and will Tuga change something up? You saw him now, rather we saw his screen, he was practicing some skill moves, some shots in the practice arena. He says he's never even held an Xbox controller, so it is going to be curious to see how he does against Xbox's #1 player. If there was ever a time you wish you had practice with a controller, it's when you're taking on Tekkz. Of course, the first leg will be remembered for the Elasticos, and Tekkz now wearing the red of Liverpool, Tuga in the white of the Portuguese national team kit. And right away, Tekkz putting on pressure, Mbappe. There's the drag back. Saw those 4 or 5 Elasticos in a row to score one of the best goals, and I'd have to say the 2 best goals of the tournament scored by Tekkz. Also the Neymar flick. Here's Vieira inside the box, and he's just pressured wide by Hullet. And Tuga looking to avoid this early onslaught as he just familiarizes himself with not only the game speed, Mike, but also the new controller.
And Tekksz's ability to hold off being tackled in those situations is truly special. I know that he doesn't create an attack, but he's got Vieira, he's got Neymar, he's got Ruud Gullit, he's got all these different players on the ball, and their touches, they're not the same. And the skills, obviously not the same as well. The size of the player is not the same, and he's able to maintain possession while he's trying to work it around for an attack. But if I'm Tuga right now, I still feel like I can win this. It's only 1 goal. Stick with your same tactics, and if he's able to carry over some level of momentum from the first leg, then we should be in for an interesting final. I don't think it'll be nearly as clear-cut as everybody's saying with F2Tekkz, but I could be wrong. I mean, this is Tekksz's home console. He hasn't lost one of these cross-console finals.
Beautiful through ball there from Marcelo to find Mbappe, and it is Tekkz again on the front foot. Hullet can see the confidence, sweat dripping down with swagger. F2Tekkz, a.k.a. Donovan Hunt, against Diogo Pombo. Tuga. It is the cross-console final, a massive prize to the winner, and also the runner-up. Both these players should be immensely proud of what they have just done coming to this point. Both have beaten very good players. Tekkz, Desari, and Megabit fell to him in the semis and in the final, while Tuga was able to beat Nicolas, the #1 ranked PS4 player.
And the way that Tuga defends with his outside midfielders is what allows him to keep these clean sheets. He uses them to chase back. They break up a lot of plays, and it gives him additional pressure and additional spacing having that much.
There's the tornado cross, and the goalkeeper De Gea comes out to punch that one away from Tuga. You can see a little bit of a grimace. He was worried about what would transpire there. Ronaldo with great pressures, the first line of defense for F2Tekkz. But Tuga now, he just needs to get out of his own half. He's really struggling here and building up consistent possession. Ronaldo, little quick through pass to João Cancelo, trying to invite Cancelo to get forward. When we spoke to him, he said he loves Cancelo because of his crossing ability. He likes his fullbacks getting forward, making those overlapping runs.
And this is looking a little more like a classic Tuga build-up. A little bit slower, a little more controlled.
A few players I talked to just expressed frustration playing Tuga, that he kind of takes away what you're trying to do. He's not the most flashy or skillful player in terms of skill moves or in terms of just playing for the crowd. That's a brilliant switch from Tekkz, and it is going to stay in. Ronaldo just looping it back to create some space against Marcelo. CR7 to R9. Little drag back to find CR7 again. So good at playing that ball. Ronaldo's got a little heel to heel, creates room. First time shot is deflected by Varane, but it's back to Hullet. It's suffocating pressure, and it's into the top corner. Tekkz has made it 2-0 on aggregate. Kylian Mbappe, team of the year. And this is simply too steep a mountain now for Tuga.
MVP Mbappe. I don't know how he gets that through, but he does. Indeed, goalkeeper goes down. It comes off of Ron. All goals count the same, and Tekkz extends his lead to 2 goals on aggregate.
Incredible drama here in Atlanta, Georgia for the FUT19 Champions Cup. 1,500 Global Series points already went to these players, and now they're playing $50,000 for the winner. Families already with the calculators out to see how much that is in pounds and euros. 32 minutes on the clock, and Tekkz is up 2 goals. Tuga needs something, and he needs it now. Hullet gives it straight to Ronaldo, and another glimpse of frustration from the Portuguese player.
And that makes you wonder, is that a controller error there? Misaimed a pass,
Good point.
Didn't go to the right player. Clearly not who he was aiming for.
You see Tuga keeps grimacing here. He doesn't look too comfortable on this Xbox controller. He said earlier in an interview to K Murray, it's the first time that he'll ever play not just Tekkz, but also play with the Xbox controller. And he just doesn't seem to be able to get in any sort of rhythm against the best player from Xbox, who is living up to the hype and to the ranking. The tornado cross to the back post, off the crossbar, and had that gone in, you just wonder, would that have been it? Or is there still a glimmer of hope for Tuga?
And as someone who plays on the Xbox and the PlayStation, the biggest difference that I run into is whichever console's not your home console, you're not putting in as much time, you're a little bit slower. You just don't release the passes with the same level of rhythm, that quick passing, almost that instinctive passing, that instinctive buildup. And the same can be said with the defensive pressure.
Wait a second here, because it is a set piece. It's going to be taken short. Mbappe, and he just sends it wide. Was going for that power shot, not finesse, and it's nowhere near troubling De Gea.
Looked like another misconnect.
Tuga back in possession. Is this where Tekkz starts playing a little bit more conservatively?
Second half, Tekkz is going to be packing it in and then looking for additional possession on the offensive end. And at the same time, I would think that Tuga's going to make adjustments too, where he's got to bring more pressure, got to get more bodies forward.
Hullet to Vieira, back to Hullet, building up something a bit better. It's the last attack he has before the halftime whistle, and he loses it. Does Tekkz have one more chance before the half? He's just looking to control the ball, not forcing anything forward. Hullet now, yep, one more chance will be given. And he's dispossessed. Seems like we will be going to the half with Tuga having a 2-goal difference to come back from, and he's going up on the Xbox, of course, where Tekkz likes to play his FIFA.
And once again, if I'm Tekkz, not changing anything, looking to have additional possession in my attack, make sure that I put that pressure on Tuga. I need to remind him, if I'm Tekkz, that, hey, I'm not going to give you the ball back that quickly. We're still going to go forward, but it's not going to be done and dusted. I'm not going to be on quick counterattacks. I'll take that space. We're going to pull it back. We're going to recycle, and we're going to work for the right opportunity.
So Tuga using a 4-4-2. It's not a formation that we've seen too much from the pros. What are the benefits of using a straight 4-4-2 line?
Well, the way that Tuga's using the 4-4-2 is he's maximizing Neymar and Mbappe as those outside midfielders, and they're doing a good job playing both the offensive and the defensive side of the ball. They're breaking up plays on the defensive end, and he's using them as counter-attacking outlets to allow him to go into that possession play or the slower build-up in the final third.
Now here is Hullet. This is a chance for Tuga! And he's pulled one back! And it's his compatriot, Cristiano Ronaldo! It's only a 1-goal difference now between Tekkz and Tuga. Game on!
And it doesn't matter what console you're on, you cannot miss from there. That's the tap-in. Beautiful delivery. And we do have a game on our hands.
And the Portuguese contingent in the arena just went berserk. And it is Cristiano Ronaldo, of course it is, for the Portuguese player, the best player in Portuguese history, delivering the goods. And that's exactly what he needed for his confidence.
And more importantly, this makes it where Tuga does not have to start pushing players forward nearly as quickly. He has a little more time to work it out. If he can get an equalizer, he can choose his game plan.
All right, so what's the response going to be from F2Tekkz? We've seen him bounce back from 1 goal down, from 2 goals down. Now he has a 1-goal advantage, but momentum looking to shift the way for Tuga. Diogo Pombo, the incredible story, Portuguese Air Force Academy, only plays 2.5 days a week. And now he's playing against the best player from Xbox, very respectably. And he's on the front foot again. Does he have another shot in him? Quick interchange, and that shot just does not have any power, and it goes straight to De Gea.
His buildup is so different in this half compared to the first half. The same thing that happened in the last game. I don't know if it takes him a half to get going or what, but the way that he attacks, it's much more fluid in terms of how he's going forward. It's more decisive. He doesn't look like he's second-guessing anything.
And Texas face now about 2 inches from the screen. Ultimate concentration for him as he's now breaking forward through Neymar. Vieira, pull it. Look at the pressure now from Tuga in that 4-4-2. It's not a typical formation for the new meta, but it does work for Tuga, and he has gotten to the cross-console final with it. R9, it's so difficult to dispossess Donovan Hunt in these positions. Neymar, the roulette, back to Hullet. Can really feel the energy now in the arena as everyone knows what's at stake.
And Texas playing smart right now. Still going with that possession play. Tuga packs it in so well in terms of his defensive pressure and the way that he uses team pressing.
R9 now, a bit of space here to charge up on the right. He gives it to CR7, heel to heel, but it's good defending from Marcelo and Tuga.
So by Tekkz bringing it back out, recycling, waiting, he's going to force Tuga to be more aggressive. And that's going to force Tuga to take risk. And Tekkz loves some good risk because it allows him to use those skill moves to be creative. Just additional space in general to work with.
And it looks like Messi will be coming in now for Tuga as that super sub. Often have seen Messi coming off the bench. I don't remember doing a call on Messi actually scoring for any one of these players, but obviously there are benefits to using Lionel. 64th minute now. One goal would send us extra time. Kick save, De Gea, follow-up from Tekkz. 3-1. And he's gotten that 2-goal advantage once again.
We see Neymar dancing. Tekkz also celebrates. Probably feeling some relief here. Otherwise, the last 25 minutes or so of this match were going to be extremely stressful. It's not done yet. Tuga still has time. And with time, you can create opportunity.
Wow. Always the response from F2Tekkz. Whether he's down a goal or up a goal, it doesn't matter. He doesn't seem to feel the weight of the moment. That's why he's number 1 on Xbox.
Number 10, Neymar.
We're going to find out what Tuga's made of.
Well, he's certainly made of a lot to get to this stage, but using the Xbox controller for the first time, as he said in the interview, this is really a tough task for him. He's got to be perfect now in the final moments, but it ain't over. Neymar, lovely first time through ball over the top for Mbappe as Tekkz is looking to put this one away. Marcelo, he gets by his marker, R9, Mbappe. Back to Marcelo, Hullet, always a reference point, switches flanks. Now he's just going to try to get Tuga chasing. Time is on the side of Tekkz. Neymar, R9, Hullet. Mbappe, does he have time to turn? He shoots at the near post. And now it's Tuga in possession. He saw Pelé as an option, now Messi on his left. It's a good switch to Marcelo.
You saw that kick save from De Gea, and that's why you're seeing De Gea used by so many different pros, because he will get down and use his feet, and it helps with the low-driven shots.
Hullet now, Pelé. Goal, it is absolutely everywhere for both players. Here's Messi, who's trying to charge it up on his left, but it was read brilliantly by Tekkz. Now Tekkz in possession, Neymar to Mbappe. Looking for options, he always seems to find a way out. A true escape artist is Tekkz. Mbappe to Hullet, slowing things down, trying to take a bit of the sting out of the game and waste time. We're in the 79th minute. Only 11 minutes of game time are separating Tekkz from that fat $50,000 check.
It's definitely not skipping.
He said he's, or rather his mother said that she hopes he's going to save it to buy property. That's wise choice. Listen to that, Tekkz. Don't go by the flashy watches. They serve you nothing.
Well, Tekkz said he's taking his mom on vacation. I think it's going to be vacations based on this 50K. That could be coming
Let's
his way.
wait, though.
9
There's
minutes.
still time. There's absolutely still time for Tuga. It's all or nothing, and here is the tactics board. Got to go all out.
Well, you see Tekkz, he's on drop back, very minimal depth. He wants to make sure that Tuga's going to have to work for every single opportunity, because every pass he makes, it increases the chance of it being intercepted. A mistake, and it also keeps the clock ticking.
Incredible stuff. Both players have had to really go against some of the top from PS4 and Xbox. Texas taking out Megabit, Felipe, and Desari along the way to get to the cross-console final, while Tuga really surprised everyone by defeating first-place PS4 player Nicolas of Argentina. And here they are on the bottom of your screen. They're both winners. They both won the Xbox and PS4 finals. But this is the cross-console final. They've both gotten their points, and they both will go home with a big check as well to reward them for a fabulous tournament here in Atlanta, Georgia, the FUT19 Champions Cup. Now Tekkz breaking down the wing with CR7. Again, just not forcing anything. This has been the pattern, trying to waste more and more time, knowing that Tuga needs 2 goals now. CR7.
And Tekkz wing
And
play
look at that,
is
back.
unparalleled. He's able to attack via the wings, hold the ball via the wings, just control games via those wings, and he uses them as outlets perfectly. As I say that, of course, he has a poor outlet, which could end up for an opportunity here.
Oh, back heel from Messi to try to find Ronaldo. It was so close, but again, the defender's in the perfect position for Tekkz. Tuga still got time. Needs 2 goals on 2 chances. Ronaldo dispossessed.
And there's that quality outlet again. He goes big, it's very smart. Diagonal, the keeper can't come out. Oh,
And
Mbappe.
here is Tekkz yet again, and Mbappe flicks it up. It would have been something truly spectacular. And Tekkz would become the first 3-time FUT Champions Cup winner. An incredible feat for the wildly consistent man who has qualified for 11 out of 11 events. As we're in the 90th minute, Stevie G to play homage to his favored Liverpool. That is more of an emotional move. And what does the icon of Stevie G have in store for us? 93rd minute, final chances of the game as we're getting into the final seconds of the cross-console final. Tekkz has won it. He is the champion, and he will host the trophy, defeating Tuga.
3-time champion in the FIFA 19 season. Pre-patch, post-patch, it's not a problem for F2Tekkz.
And there it is, the cross-console champion, Donovan Hunt, a.k.a. F2Tekkz, has done it yet again for the 3rd time. The first player to do so, record-setting. Incredible scenes here from Atlanta.
He's done it in Europe. He's done it in the US. Can he do it in Asia? Next event, Singapore.
Incredible scenes. And also you have to reward the runner-up in the cross-console final. He came into this one ranked in the 20s on PS4. He knocked out the #1 player in Nicolas, so credit to the Portuguese player Tuga, the 19-year-old from the Portuguese Air Force Academy. But right now, it is center stage for F2Tekkz, 3rd-time winner of the cross-console final in the FUT Champions Cup, an incredibly professional and incredibly calm player who has shown he is, once again, the best. And now we will send it over to Kay Murray and our cross-console winner, F2Tekkz.
Tekkz, what a performance. How are you feeling after that win?
Yeah, it feels good. It's probably the best I felt after winning the tournament, bar my first one. I got a little bit lucky in the first game towards the end, but yeah, I was due some luck and I managed to go on and win.
Talk to us about that goal in the first leg. Have you ever scored a sweeter goal in a final?
Not in a final, but that goal was good. He had 11 men behind the ball, so I brought out some sauce and yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your opponent today, because it was by no means a blowout.
Yeah, Tuga's really good. He's probably the best player I've played in like a PS cross-console final, like performance-wise. So I struggled, but I managed to come out and win.
How are you feeling about him winning the toss and picking the PS4 first?
So I seen that he won the toss, but then he picked what I wanted to play first. So yeah, even.
That went in your favor, right? Don't worry, lost for words, and it's understandable right now. How will you spend that money?
I don't really care about the money. I care about this bad boy.
Good answer. Very, very nice stuff. Okay, we're going to head to a short break here, and when we come back, we'll recap a fabulous day of action.
He is the champion, Tuga. Sole champion, Donovan Hunt, a.k.a.